What's up, guys? It's the Scooter Cubed here. But the thing is, you go to Walmart one day, or Kroger, or wherever, and you see one of these. You think, hey, it can't be that hard, can it? So you get one, and you do this. You scramble it up. And then you don't know how to solve it. And you sit there and just turn randomly. Just do all this and not knowing what to do. Well, this video is going to fix that. This is how to solve the Rubik's Cube. So I'm going to come back once this is solved. Okay, so now that you have your cube, and yours is probably going to be scrambled if you're watching this, but it might not be. The first thing we're going to learn about how to solve the cube is cube notation. So what this is where if you were to see a scramble that was written out, you would only see letters and numbers and apostrophes. So what all that is each letter corresponds to a side of the cube. So R, it means the right layer. If you see U, it means this layer. If you see L, it means this layer. If you see D, it means this layer. If you see F, it means the front. And if you see B, it means the back. So, with that out of the way, when you see a letter without a 2 or an apostrophe, that means that is a turn on that side clockwise. So a regular R would be the right side, and you would turn that up, like so. And if you were to see an R apostrophe, you would move it counterclockwise. And if you were to see R2, that means you would move the right side 2 times. So that goes for all of the layers. So another R2 would be that, meaning you move the right side 180 degrees. And if you see a normal R, that means you would move the right side clockwise 90 degrees. And again, R prime would be written as R apostrophe, and you'd move it down. Next, we'll go to U. So U is, like I said before, the top layer. And if you see a normal U, you would move the top to the left, like so. And if you see U apostrophe or U prime, you would move the top to the right. If you were to see a U2, you'd move the top 180 degrees. Next up, we have L. So L is the left side of the cube. If you see a normal L, you would move the left side clockwise, and if you were to turn the cube like this, it'd go down like that. So that means from this side, L would look like this. So L would be this, L would be the left side down, L prime would be the left side up, and of course L2 means the left side twice. Next up we have D. D is the opposite of U, and L is the opposite of R. So if R, normal R is this, L would be this. L prime would be that, R prime would be this. U would be like that, and D would be like this. So if you see U, you would move the top to the left, and if you see D, you'd move the bottom to the right. And D, the normal D move would be the bottom to the right, and D prime would be the bottom to the left, and of course with everything else, D2 would be the bottom layer twice. Next up we have F. So F would be the front side clockwise. So F would look like this. And F prime would be the opposite of that, counterclockwise. And F2 would be the front side twice. So F, F prime, F2, F2. Next up we have B. So B is back here, and you don't really have B in that many algorithms, but it is in scrambles, so it is necessary to learn. So B would be the opposite of F. So if you were to see F, it'd be like that, and B would be like that. And B prime is like a normal F, and F prime is like a normal B. So now that we have cube notation taken care of, let's go ahead and learn the steps of the cube. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hand scramble this cube, and don't worry, I know how to solve the cube. So first, what you're going to do is make a white cross. So what this is, or the white cross is where you have all white edge pieces, or the pieces that have two colors. You want all of them to be oriented where white is on top and it makes a cross. So before we talk any further about this, let's talk about what pieces are what. The middle pieces, where there's only one color, minus on the white side because it has all colors, but put that aside. This is the white center. The very middle piece with only one color is the center. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 centers. Next up, we have edges. The edges are the pieces that have two colors. So if I say the blue and white edge, I would be referring to this piece. Now don't refer to each piece, don't refer to each piece as two different colors. Refer to it as one piece. And lastly, we have corners. The corners are the ones with three colors. So now that we have that out of the way, let's get back into learning how to solve the cube. So first, what you want to do is make a white cross. The easiest way to do this is to get all of the white edges around the yellow center and make what we call a daisy. So here I can already see that this white and orange piece is here, so to put it to where the white is facing, or is like yellow, I would do an L prime to move it back and move it up like that. And then this piece I would do that, and the red and white I would just do L prime to do this, and then this last one is here and I would put that up. So now we have what people call a daisy. So now what we do is we find an edge and align it with its center, and once it's aligned with its center, we put it on the bottom to line it up with both of its centers, like so. And we go around the cube doing the same thing. So we'll rotate the cube here, so this is red. So I'd move these bottom two layers until the red lined up with that, and I'd move it down to the bottom to where it's in its place. Next, I'll rotate the cube like this, and see that the green pieces are aligned, and put it on the bottom. And lastly, we have orange, and that's aligned, and put it on the bottom. So now, what you're gonna do is put the corners into place. So when you're doing this, you want to find what two colors, other than white, are on your corners. See, this one is the white, orange, and green corner, so I'm going to put it in between the white, orange, and green centers, which this corner goes right here. So this case is simple. To do it to where, or to get the corner into where it goes when the white is pointing towards you, you're going to, or it's not really an algorithm, you just move the top over, move the right up, move the top back to line it up to line the pieces up like so, and then put it on the bottom to put it where it goes. Next, we're going to do this corner because I saw it first, and instead of moving it like that and then going over, since it's already here, you don't have to do any of this. You just need to do the right side up, top over to where it's lined up, and put the right side down. Next, I'm going to do this same thing. I can just move the top, or the right up, top over, and right down. Now, since there's one more corner and the white is on top, what you're going to do is move the top, or the right, do an R move, and do a U2 just to get it over here and put the right down, or do an R prime. Now what you're going to do is rotate the cube to where actually don't rotate the cube yet. Move the corner to where it's above where it needs to go, and and then you rotate the cube to where white is pointing toward you, and in this case, since it needs to go here and it's on the left, you're going to move the top over, you're going to do a U prime, you're going to do L prime, and then you're going to do U, and then L. And what that does is it makes the white side, and it solves it completely. Solves the first layer. So now what we are going to do is solve the second layer, which is where these four edges will be aligned with their centers. So what you're going to do is look for any non-yellow edge piece in the top layer. So what that means is you'd look for yellow, or not yellow, you'd look for a blue and red edge piece, a red and green edge piece, a green and orange edge piece, and an orange and blue edge piece. So I already see that there's an edge piece here that goes in the middle layer instead of the top layer. So what I'm going to do is, since it's here, I'm going to do U, and this is where your algorithms come to play. I'll put this algorithm on the screen where the edge piece needs to go from the left to the right, meaning if it's up in the top layer and it needs to go down like that, like if you were to do an F, it'd be lined up like that. This is the first algorithm that you will need to learn. What you do is U, R prime, U prime, F prime, U prime, F. So what that did was it took this edge from here and put it here. Now if your edge is lined up here, you're going to want to move it over to this slot and then insert it here. We're going to look for another one, and here's the next edge. So you're going to do, if it's here, you're going to do a U2 to get it here. You're going to do R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, U prime, F. And that gets that edge piece in. Next up, this is the next case, which I'm glad that I got it here so you can learn this algorithm as well. What you're going to do is move it over to where the blue, in this case, it's the orange and blue edge, so you're going to align the blue part with the blue center here. And this algorithm is, or the algorithm for this case, to get it from here to here is R prime, F prime, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, F. And as you can see, it took the edge piece from being here and put it here. And the last edge piece we have is back here, and it needs to go here. So what you would do in this situation is do U prime to get the edge here, and then do R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, U prime, F. And now you're done with the first two layers. So now what you want to do is make a yellow cross. In this case, I got lucky, so I'm going to undo this. Actually, that's the wrong thing. Okay, so here, there's only one layer, or not one layer, there's only one algorithm you need to know to be able to get the yellow cross. There's four cases for this. There's just the dot case, where all four of the yellow, actually, if I can get it to the dot, hold on. It'd be lovely if I could get it to the dot, but I don't think oh, there we go. So here's the dot case. So for this, what you would do hold on, let me say the steps of the last cross. There's four steps, or four cases. There's the dot case. There's the case where two edges are flipped to where they make like a little L. And there's the line case, which is just a line of yellow edges on top with the yellow center. And there's the cross. So starting with the dot, what you're going to do, if your first two layers are solved, which they should be since you're on the last layer, you're going to do the algorithm that goes F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. So what that does is it takes you from the dot case to the backwards L case. And when you're doing this, you want to have the L, or the two edges in the center, The corner doesn't really matter, so don't worry about that. But you want to take the two edge pieces like this and have them to where one is pointing towards you when you're holding the cube and one is to the right of you. So from here you'll do the algorithm F, R, U, R prime, U prime. You'll do that again, and now you'll have the line case, and again the corners don't matter. So when you're doing the line case, there's two places it can be. It can be like this, or it can be the opposite of that, like this. But either way, the line has to be horizontal, or the algorithm won't work. If you do the algorithm from this, it'll take you back to the dot, and you'll have to do to the L again, and then back to the line. So again, you want the line horizontal, and it's the same algorithm, which is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And from the line, that is how you get from the dot to the L to the line to the cross. So now that you have the cross, you want to get all the edges where they're supposed to go. So there's one algorithm you need for this. And first, before you do any algorithms, you want to line at least two edges up. So move the top and see if there's any that line up. There's one here, but that's the only one. So move the top again. And here there's two. And from here, you want to turn the cube around, and these two are not lined up. So you want to hold the two that are lined up here, where, no, you want them to the left of you and to the back of you. So you do the algorithm, or once you're in this step, you do the algorithm R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And I did it wrong. So actually, you want it how it was the first time, where the solved edges are in the back and to the right of you. I'm sorry. And it is that algorithm though. It's R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And it might not look right, but you have to adjust the top layer to where now, as you can see, the edges are matched with their centers. So from here, you want to see if any corners are in their places. Now, I got lucky here and I have one here. And to get the rest of the corners where they're supposed to go, you have to do the algorithm L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime. And adjust the top layer and see if that gives you any more corners correct. Oh, also, one thing I forgot to mention. When you're doing this, you have to have the corner that is solved, or that is where it's supposed to be, in the bottom right here. You want it to be here. Once it's here, then you do that algorithm. But as you can see, it didn't get the corners where they're supposed to be quite yet, so you have to do it another time. And again, the algorithm is L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U prime, R prime, U prime. So now all the corners are where they're supposed to be, and now all you have to do is a simple algorithm to orient the corners. This algorithm is R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D. Except the algorithm is just 4 moves, which is R prime, D prime, R, D. And you just do it over and over until the corner gets how it's supposed to be, with the yellow aligned with the yellow center. And then once you have one done, you're going to move the top, and you have to finish the algorithm. You cannot leave it at R and have that. It will not work then. You have to complete the algorithm. So again, it's going to be R prime, D prime, R, D, and it's going to be twice, depending on if your corner is turned like this or if it's turned another way, which I'll show you the other way here in a minute. So again, it's R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, and then you'll just have to adjust the last layer. And that's how to solve the cube, but before I end this video, I'm going to show you the other case. So say your corners are like this, to where you have 2 of them oriented and 2 of them not. What you do is you can go ahead and orient this one with R prime, D prime, R, D normally, but you'd have to do it twice. Then you'd move this corner over, and instead of wasting time and doing instead of doing R prime, D prime, R, D 4 times, what you do is you do the opposite of that, and you do D prime, R prime, D, R, D prime, R prime, D, R. And that's just another way to orient the corners. Anyway, hopefully this helped. I know this video is kind of long, but hopefully this helped you understand how to solve the puzzle, and hopefully you can solve the puzzle. But the only thing is, you're going to want to take notes on the cube notation, write it down even, and go from there. And just start practicing cube notation, and then start practicing algorithms and just doing them over and over again until you finally remember them. That's how I learned how to solve the puzzle, and now I can solve it in 12.5 seconds, but I use an advanced method, and this was the tutorial on just how to solve the cube using the easiest method possible. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and comment down below if you want me to make a tutorial on how to do the more advanced method, which is called CFOP, which is what I use. And also, my birthday is in 18 days, so my goal is right now, I'm at 41 subscribers. My goal in 18 days is to have 50 subscribers. That would be 1 subscriber every 2 days. So I believe we can achieve that goal, and yes, I said we because all my subscribers are like family to me. So I'd like to thank all of you who have subscribed, and also I would like to thank you for sharing my videos if you have. If not, that's okay, I'll still thank you for watching them. But my only goal for February 2018 is to have 50 subscribers by February 27th, which is my birthday. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, comment down below if you want to see more videos like this, and turn on those post notifications after you subscribe if you're new to get notified of more videos like this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.